Saw the same guy that I used to cross paths with after 5 years. Did I really? So, 2017, I started working at a company in south of my city, which required train travel. I would usually leave by 8:30 a.m. on the way to the station, and every morning at the same junction, just before I reached the station, I would cross paths with a guy. He would be coming here as his office would have been in the area where I stayed. Every morning for 2.5 years, I crossed paths with this guy. For the first few months, I didn't even pay attention. I usually walk looking down or I'm listening to something and engrossed. One day I noticed this guy, and he was already looking at me, which may have meant that he must have seen me from a distance. He kept looking even as we crossed each other. I was super weirded out. Next day, repeat. Now I am not a girl who gets a double back when people pass her. So this was super freaky to me. Only thing which made this a non-creepy thing was he didn't have the stare. He looked. He just looked. Sometimes he would tear his eyes away and look at the ground for a few seconds, look up again. As you may have guessed, by now I am also observing him as much. Now, it's become a normal thing. We pass each other, look at each other. Some days, there is another girl with him. Some days, he is clean-shaved, looked really weird, BTW wanted to tell him. And then, I am thinking to myself, is it weird? He is probably my age, he looks good. Maybe I should smile at him one day, say hi. At least acknowledge that we know each other now. But that day never comes, as my anxiety at pro-max level. 2019 comes and I move on from the job in that route. Then COVID-19 happened, I got married, moved jobs. 2025, I just remembered him out of the blue. I said to myself, if I see him now, I would definitely say hi. Assuming he still remembers me, otherwise I would be the creep. LOL. And today, just near my house, I see him while I was riding back home on my bike. I slowed down a bit, tried to see in the side mirrors, but I am not sure I think it was him, based on the countless times I have seen his walk from afar, and the way he held his office bag. Again, my anxiety peaked and I didn't stop to say hello. But I am wondering again. TLDR. Basically, I used to cross paths with a guy every morning for 2 years on the way to work. We never spoke a word. I really would have liked to at least smile and say good morning. Just acknowledge at least. Kept thinking about him over last few years. If I see him now, assuming he hasn't switched jobs, I would say hi. Maybe I saw him today. I was on the bike, he walked, but didn't stop. Anxiety kicked in, left the mystery a mystery.